Hey everybody, it's Matt with KCSC. In today's video, I'm going to be going over a lacrosse ball routine. Biggest benefit to the lacrosse ball work is that you're able to fine-tune smaller muscles in regards to the soft tissue work, something that you could not necessarily do with a big foam roller. So as you can see here, I'm starting out by rolling the arches of my feet. I think the feet are a very, very neglected area. Again, 5 to 7 seconds in each one of these positions is going to be plenty unless you find a sticking point or an area that's a little bit more sore. So the second position, I'm going to be rolling out each calf. So I'm basically going all the way from my ankle to the back of my knee, making sure to hit the entire length of each muscle that I'm concentrating on here. And then after I roll out each calf, I'm going to focus on the glutes. So I'm trying to put as much pressure into that ball as possible. I have the ball on the left side of my glute, and then I'm taking that same leg and crossing it over my right knee. And then as you can see, I'm going to spin around and show you the other side here. Again, the areas we're targeting, they're areas that tend to get used and abused throughout the long baseball season, or even a single pitching outing. So this is something that's really important to just kind of stay consistent with. Now when we get into the upper body stuff, it's really important, especially when you're doing these shoulder rotations, to not try to crank your arm past where it naturally kind of wants to go. When you start trying to force range of motion where you don't have it, you can start to do some damage to your arm pretty quick. So as you can see here, I'm basically putting the ball where my armpit and my shoulder meet, and I'm allowing my arm to rotate nice and freely. This is an easier way to improve external and internal rotation without doing an exercise like a sleeper stretch. So bigger fan of doing some myofascial work with the lacrosse ball as opposed to just trying to hammer your hand down towards the floor. As you can see here, now we're getting into our standing variations. So I'm going to focus on my pec here. I believe I'm going to turn here in a second to show you guys exactly where I'm putting that ball. It's really important to stay directly off the top of your shoulder. We call it like the triangle, or basically underneath your clavicle, inside of your shoulder, and focusing more on that tissue quality in your pec area. This is where the lacrosse ball really shines, because you can't necessarily target these muscles with a foam roller or with a massage stick. Then what I'm doing here is I'm taking the lacrosse ball from basically the top of my upper trap all the way around the entire border of each scapula. So as you can see on this side as well, I'm starting in my upper trap, and I'm basically making a big L. So I'm following the border of my scap down and finishing over by my armpit. So give this routine a shot, guys. If you're a thrower, this is something I think a lot of you are going to respond really well to. So we'll see you next week.